Yeah, so Joseph Lehman was the Department of Corrections head in Pennsylvania. He created the SHU program that they took to California, and that's where they created Pelican Island. The very first ones that came across Pennsylvania was Greene County Supermax, and it all started at Huntington State Prison, the only prison in America ever condemned by the United Nations for its active practices of torture. So serious business. They were of a mindset early on. They needed a prison to break you. If you stabbed a prisoner, murdered a staff member, raped a staff member, or you raped another prisoner, they had to send you somewhere that was so hard or make it mentally so hard you wouldn't do these things. So I started off as the second youngest person in America, in Pennsylvania, to be sentenced to die in 1982. At that time, there was only 27 death row prisoners in that situation. The rest of them were all in punishment. That's where they started death row. That's why it was so draconian that I wasn't allowed to speak in myself for the first 2 years, because it was still a punishment unit. It wasn't death row. So I'm really grateful that these other men that came on here from Cochrane, they talked about what is real. Back in the 80s and the early 90s, there was Gladiator's time where it started in Pennsylvania, where the guards would just pick two guys out when the lieutenant wasn't on the block, and you had 3 to 5 minutes in a cage with another man. And so I've seen people get their eyes gouged out. Like, there was one incident in which a guy named Mudman in New Jersey was beaten to death repeatedly by another death row prisoner, and the guards just stood there. So in their mind, anyone sentenced to death, anyone sitting on death row, was deserving of any behavior that they deemed fit. And that's really horrible. I just tuned it out. It's strange. I went on a journey.
So, Nick, did the guards try and get you to participate in the gladiator fights?
It wasn't by choice. A lot of the prison guards that were originally in Huntington State Prison were white. When the epidemic of crack and the housing of mental ill people was changed, the prison system swelled to almost 2 million people, and they kept bringing up Spanish-speaking guards and black officers up into the mountains. When they saw these white officers beating the shit out of everything black and brown, they were disgusted by it. But you can't have staff on staff fighting. So in a crazy cockamamie way, they came up with a scheme that a black prisoner and a white prisoner could fight, and the black guards would pick out the one and the white guards would pick out the other. Gladiator. That's what the guys in the California system are trying to tell you. The paperwork's already written up. If you don't fight, it's already a write-up waiting with your name on it. So 4 guys would stand out there and they would scream at you, get him, and get him. And then if you didn't fight, man, both of you getting beaten down, man. You know how a 4-foot oak stick feels on the backs of your legs? I do. I still got nerve damage. I got CTE, which is encephalitis of the brain, because of the beatings they gave me and made me fight.
How many times did they hit you with the oak stick?
So it wasn't just them, though. I had a lot of fights, didn't I? So I had, I don't know, at least 10 good concussions, I bet. Because I remember not feeling well for a couple of weeks after a really bad beating where I couldn't focus and stuff. So,
Is this because you had a fight with a guard?
oh no, I got attacked and I got my head beaten up against a railing.
Over what?
While I was being stabbed. Huh?
What was that over?
Oh, a guy named Ben Porter stabbed me in the stomach so hard that I had to headbutt him over and over, and I missed at one point and hit the railing.
Had it been building up, or was it just a sudden thing?
He was, so Ben stabbed me in the county jail. A guy named Michael Wolf hit him with a chair. They put me and Ben deliberately on the same prison bus. I attacked Ben, kicked him a whole bunch in his face. They took me off the bus, and a week later put me back in the cell right next to him, knowing that when the doors opened up, he was going to attack me, and he did. So I didn't think he had a knife, but he did, and he got it in me pretty good, so I had to hold his hand and keep headbutting him to get him off me. And at one point, I went to headbutt him, and I hit the metal railing really hard, because after that, I had like weeks of problems with headaches and focus blindness, you know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And that was because of the nature of your charges that you were wrongfully convicted for?
Yeah, plus people knew that if you killed me, or most people that have killed someone in a heinous manner, if you kill them, someone's going to mysteriously just put money on your books back then. They didn't have to be a friend or a relative. So word was out that I was worth $10,000, so they, you know.
Watch Dave Courtney's Underworld, The Craze, out now on various platforms, Amazon Prime, Plex, and for American viewers, Tubi TV. The film includes exclusive interviews with former members of the Craze gang, revealing remarkable insights into the 60s criminal underworld.